Let me ask you something personal, but something most people over 60 have quietly dealt void. Have you ever gone days without a proper bowel movement and just thought, well, I guess this is what getting old feels like? Maybe you've tried drinking more water, moving around a little more, or even taking some over-the-counter stuff, but nothing seems to work quite like it used to. And if you're nodding right now, trust me, you're not alone. Constipation is one of the most common and most frustrating things that comes with age. But just because it's common doesn't mean it's normal. It doesn't mean you have to accept it or suffer in silence. In fact, there are simple, natural ways to get things moving again, and it starts with something you do every single day: what you eat. You see, as we get older, our digestion naturally slows down. Our bodies don't process food the same way, our gut lining changes, and we may not absorb water or fiber as efficiently. Add in medications, less physical activity, and a slower metabolism, and well, everything inside slows down too. But here's the good news: just a few small changes to your daily diet can make a huge difference, and I'm not talking about complicated recipes or weird ingredients. I'm talking about real, everyday foods that you can find in almost any kitchen. Foods that gently get your system moving, naturally support your gut, and make you feel lighter, more energetic, and just better. Let's start with a favorite that might already be sitting in your fruit bowl: prunes. I know, prunes have a bit of a reputation. Some people hear the word and instantly think, that's an old person food. But you know what? Sometimes old-fashioned wisdom is right. Prunes are one of the most powerful natural remedies for constipation, and for good reason. They're packed with both soluble and insoluble fiber, which help bulk up your stool while also softening it. But what really makes prunes special is something called sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that helps pull water into your intestines. That means easier, smoother movement without harsh side effects. A small handful a day, maybe 4 to 6 prunes, can work wonders. You can eat them as a snack, chop them into your oatmeal, or blend them into a smoothie if you're not a fan of the texture. One gentleman I spoke to, Charles, 69, told me he used to dread going to the bathroom. It felt like a chore, he said. And honestly, it made me anxious. But after adding just 5 prunes to his morning routine, that's it, 5, everything changed. Within a week, he was more regular, more comfortable, and even said his energy went up. I didn't realize how much being backed up was draining me, he told me. That's the power of one small food. Now, if you're looking for something a little more refreshing, let's talk about kiwi. This small, fuzzy fruit is a hidden gem when it comes to digestion. Not only is it full of fiber, but it also contains a special enzyme called actinidin, which helps break down protein in the stomach, making digestion smoother from start to finish. Kiwi also has a high water content, which is so important. Dehydration is a sneaky cause of constipation, and sometimes, even if you think you're drinking enough, your body might not be absorbing it efficiently. Eating water-rich foods like kiwi helps hydrate you from the inside out. A woman named Teresa, 73, started eating 2 kiwis every morning before breakfast. I call it my green medicine, she laughed. She said it helped her more than any fiber supplement she'd ever tried, and it tasted way better, too. And that's the key here: it's not about punishment or restriction. It's about finding foods that feel good, taste good, and do good for your body. Constipation doesn't have to be a life sentence. It doesn't have to make you uncomfortable, bloated, or embarrassed. And it definitely doesn't have to steal your peace. Sometimes, the answer is already in your kitchen, you just have to know where to look. Now that we've talked about prunes and kiwi, 2 simple fruits that can transform your digestion, there are a few more powerful options I want to share with you. Foods that not only get things moving but help heal and support your gut in the long run. Because relief is great, but freedom from constipation? That's even better. Sometimes we think fixing constipation has to be complicated. That we need pills, powders, or strict diets to feel better. But honestly, nature already gave us some of the best tools, we just don't always realize they're right there in front of us. Now, let's talk about something humble but truly powerful: chia seeds. You've probably seen them in stores or even used them in baking, but when it comes to digestion, these tiny little seeds pack a huge punch. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons soaked in water or added to your breakfast can help get things moving in the most natural, gentle way. Why? Because chia seeds are loaded with soluble fiber, the kind that absorbs water and forms a soft, gel-like consistency in your gut. Think of it like giving your intestines a smooth path to work with. That gel helps soften stool, promote regularity, and keep everything flowing, without cramping or discomfort. And the best part? They're easy to sneak into almost anything. You can mix them into oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies, or even just stir them into a glass of almond milk before bed. A man I know, named Roger, age 75, calls it his evening potion. He mixes a tablespoon of chia seeds with a bit of water and drinks it before he goes to sleep. It's not glamorous, he laughs, but I haven't had a bad bathroom day in months. Next, let's bring in a warm, cozy classic, oats. And no, I'm not just talking about those sugary instant packs. I mean good old-fashioned rolled oats. They're easy on the stomach, high in soluble fiber, and incredibly effective at keeping your bowel movements regular. There's something about starting your day with a warm bowl of oatmeal that just feels grounding. And when you add in a few prunes or sliced kiwi on top, now you're not just having breakfast, you're giving your digestive system the best start it could ask for. A woman named Joyce, 68, told me she used to feel heavy every morning. Not just physically, but emotionally too, sluggish, tired, weighed down. Then she began her day with oats, fruit, and a splash of flaxseed every single morning. Within 2 weeks, she felt lighter, more alert, and said, "I didn't realize how much being constipated was affecting everything, even my mood." That's something we don't talk about enough, how digestion connects to everything else. When you're backed up, it doesn't just affect your stomach. It affects your sleep, your focus, your energy, even how you feel emotionally. And the longer it drags on, the more it drains you. But once your gut starts moving, once your body feels like it's flowing again, it's like your whole life opens up. So far, we've talked about prunes, kiwi, chia seeds, and oats. Each one of them does something a little different, but together, they build a daily routine that makes constipation less of a struggle and more of a thing of the past. Now, before we go any further, there's one more thing I want to emphasize, and this one is often forgotten: hydration is everything. Yes, food matters, but without enough water, even the best fiber can backfire. Imagine trying to push a dry sponge through a tube. That's what happens when your body doesn't have enough fluid to move fiber along. So what can you do? Start simple. A glass of warm water first thing in the morning. Herbal teas throughout the day. Maybe even some water-rich foods, like cucumber, watermelon, or soups. It doesn't have to be a gallon a day, just consistent, steady hydration that supports the foods you're already eating. One of the best tips I've heard came from an older gentleman named Alvin. He said, "I keep a glass of water by the bathroom sink. I drink it every time I wash my hands. That way I'm sipping all day without even thinking about it." It sounds simple, but it works. And honestly, those small routines, that's where the magic really happens. Because when it comes to constipation, it's not just about finding a fix, it's about building a rhythm. A way of living that supports your body instead of fighting it. You don't need to wait until things get uncomfortable. You can support your digestion every single day with a handful of prunes, a spoonful of chia, a bowl of warm oats, a juicy kiwi, and plenty of water to wash it all down. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. But it works. And most importantly, it's sustainable. You don't have to rely on harsh laxatives or uncomfortable remedies. You can listen to your body, feed it what it needs, and let nature take its course. Let's keep going, because there's still one more powerful food I want to share with you, and this one isn't just good for your gut, it supports your entire digestive ecosystem. Now, let's talk about one more food, one that doesn't just move things along, but actually supports the entire environment inside your gut. I'm talking about yogurt, especially the kind with live active cultures. See, your digestive system isn't just tubes and muscles. It's a living ecosystem. And that ecosystem relies on healthy bacteria, the good guys, to help break down food, absorb nutrients, and yes, keep your bowels working like they should. But as we age, those good bacteria can get out of balance. Maybe it's from medications, changes in diet, or just the natural slowing down of everything. The result? Constipation, bloating, irregularity, and a gut that feels off. Yogurt with probiotics helps bring back the balance. It reintroduces those helpful bacteria and supports smoother, more consistent digestion. And the best part? It's easy. A small bowl in the morning. A spoonful as a snack. Or a base for smoothies. If you're sensitive to dairy, don't worry, there are non-dairy options too, like coconut or almond-based yogurts with added probiotics. The key is to look for words like live cultures or active probiotics on the label. I remember speaking with a woman named June, 77, who started eating probiotic yogurt every afternoon. She didn't expect much, but within 10 days, she said everything felt different. I didn't feel stuck anymore, she said. Not just in my stomach, but in my body. In my mood, too. That's something worth repeating. Digestion affects more than your gut. When your body is flowing well, your energy rises, your sleep improves, your appetite balances out, and your mind clears. You feel more like yourself. So let's bring it all together for a moment. You've got prunes for that gentle nudge. Kiwi for natural enzymes and hydration. Chia seeds for fiber and movement. Oats for a warm, consistent start to your day. Yogurt for gut balance and overall harmony. Together, these 5 foods can create a daily routine that makes constipation something you hardly think about anymore. No more stress. No more discomfort. Just simple, steady habits that keep your body working the way it was meant to. And here's the beautiful part, you don't need to overhaul your entire life. You don't need a strict diet, expensive supplements, or miracle cures. Just a little awareness. A few mindful changes. And a willingness to treat your body with the care and respect it deserves. Because after 60, your body is still capable of amazing things. It just needs a little support. And when you give it that, not in frustration, but in kindness, it responds. Every time. So the next time you're feeling stuck, uncomfortable, or frustrated, come back to this. What did I eat today that helped my body? And what can I add tomorrow to support it even more? It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Small, consistent choices that build momentum. And you've already started. If this video helped you, if you're going to try even one of these foods, leave a comment below. Let me know what's worked for you, what hasn't, or just say hello. You're part of a community now, one that believes aging doesn't have to mean giving up comfort, ease, or joy. Like this video if it gave you something useful. And don't forget to subscribe, because we talk about real solutions for real life after 60, with compassion, humor, and truth. Here's to you, to lighter mornings, peaceful afternoons, and a body that supports you every step of the way. You deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve to feel free. And you deserve to enjoy every day, comfortably, fully, and with ease. Here's to your health, and to never being stuck again.